Hey everybody, this is Mike with Birdman Gaming, and tonight, yeah, it's running a little bit late, but I'm going to do two reviews. And if you look down in the description, you know one of them. But I'm not going to start with that one. But before I start with any, remember, if you like this, of course, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I post something new. Comment down below. Let me know the next movie or TV series that you'd like to see me review. Um, don't know what this weekend will be yet, but I know not this weekend, but the next weekend will probably be Stranger Things season 3. Just to let you guys know in advance. Um, but let's get into today. The first review, it's going to be really short. A movie called The Nightmare Gallery. As you guys know, I'm a horror movie nut, and sometimes I'll watch movies that no one's heard of. Indie films. Sometimes you'll run across one of those indie films that are phenomenal. No matter what the genre is. I mean, look at Clerks. Clerks was an indie film that wound up being just amazing. Same with the original Evil Dead. So, The Nightmare Gallery happens to be an independent film. It, it hit me right in the Buffy feels because Amber Benson, who played Tara in Buffy, she's in this. The movie is interesting, to say the least. Out of 5, I'd give it a 3.5. The acting's not bad. The script could use a lot of work, and they left it open for a sequel, which no. Um, Amber Benson's character is a teacher. Her and her wife are, and yes, that's what hit me in the Buffy feels because she was Willow's girlfriend. I mean, come on. Um, 20 years later, and yeah, um, she had a student come up missing, and 3 years later she's still searching for him and gets a package, and it just leads into some bizarre stuff. I don't recall a lot of gore in it. It it was bizarre, but it wasn't very memorable. I think I watched it Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday night, and it wasn't really memorable. Other than Tara. Um, so yeah, good. It's a 3.5. It was a time burner, but it wasn't something that I immediately regretted watching. There are some movies like that out there that I'm just like, why did I even bother? I want my that period of my life back. I could, be sleeping or eating something bad for me or something. And this wasn't one of those movies. So if you just want a good time burner, something just to veg out and watch, yeah, it fits that bill. It's not a great film by any means, but it fills that hole where you just want to burn an hour and a half of your life. The other movie, the one that's down in the title, Brightburn. Now, I went into this movie knowing just a little bit about it, knowing a little bit of the backstory, also knowing Elizabeth Banks, who to me will always be Miri from Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Um, she's in it. The rest of the cast, I mean, there's some faces I recognized, but I couldn't tell you who they were. The movie itself was really fun. Growing up, I read comic books, and back in the mid to late '90s, or well, early to late '90s, right in that decade, basically, was a huge period of time where I collected books. And I may not have been a big DC person, but I knew who Superman was. I know the Justice League, I know the characters. And I had watched, of course, the Christopher Reeves Superman movies back when I was a kid. Um, of course, the Tim Burton Batmans, because those were the comic book movies of my generation. So, I knew the story behind Superman and and all of that. So I went into this thinking, honestly, I could see this actually happening if an alien humanoid was sent here through a spaceship. And he doesn't know right from wrong or anything. Of course, adopted parents would try and instill that in him, but once he realizes what he could do, what's to stop him from, going down that path? Because I'm better than you guys, So, the movie, like I said, it was really fun. It had a couple gore moments in it. One that actually made me really cringe. And that's the scene that's actually in the trailer where a waitress, I'm not going to give away much of the story here, but this is in the trailer. A waitress is in a diner closing down, and all of a sudden, all the lights shatter, and a shard goes into her eye, and she's pulling that piece of glass out, and it made me cringe. It wasn't a bad. It was real. It looked really, really, really painful, and for that, that moment alone is what actually, after watching the trailer, made me really intrigued about this movie. Um, there's a little bit of comedy in it, but it's mainly just a superhero horror story. And we don't have many of those, so it's definitely a semi-new genre of film. After watching the movie, I did a little bit of research. It is a James Gunn film, and a lot of you guys will know him from the Suicide Squad reboot that's coming out, I think, next year, and of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. But back probably about a decade, maybe a little bit longer ago, there was a movie. It might have been just under a decade. There was a movie called Super. The only star I can remember from it was Ellen Page. Um, and there's a scene at the very end of Brightburn during the end credits that alludes to one of the characters in that movie. And of course, it makes me think, it's in that universe. And yeah, there's some YouTube videos actually saying the same thing out there. I thought it was a real cool little toss in, and I guess they're setting up for a evil Justice League of America style film. So I'm all about it. I really, really am intrigued to see what they will do with this universe. Because, yeah, Super was an indie film. It was low budget. It was fun. But it wasn't anything most people have heard of. This is a lot more mainstream. And in my opinion, this is a good setup for a, I don't want to say just a single franchise, but it is a good setup for a cinematic universe. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Out of a 5-star, I'd give it a 4.75, honestly. It could, there's a couple logic points where I had an issue at, but other than that, it was really fun. And it's one of those I'm going to remember for a long time, and I'll probably watch multiple times. They're saying that it'll be out on Blu-ray and DVD in August or September. And honestly, if I have my disability by then, I will be buying it. It'll go in my collection. Really, really fun movie. And I hope you guys, and if you guys check it out, I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys do, let me know. Let me know what you think down in the comments section of any of these movies I've talked about today. Whether it be The Nightmare Gallery, if you've watched it, Super. I mean, if you watched Super back in the day, let me know. And of course, if you've checked out Brightburn or thinking about checking it out, let me know. And if you do check it out, let me know what you guys think. My opinion is it's definitely worth checking out. And with that being said, as always, like this video, if you, of course, if you like it, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I post something new. And as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Later.